Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. We are here to a very important assignment. And that assignment is very simple. Assignment is that we are here for what we call a mock drill. The drill is simple. The drill is that for you to see the way you respond when there is emergency. The emergency is not just only fire. Emergency may be a house collapse. The emergency may be something else that will endanger the life of members who are occupying this particular structure. The question is, how do you respond when there is an emergency? That is why we are here today. When there is emergency, are you still in your office, combing your hair, when you hear the alarm bell? Many people don't know what is called a muster point. Look at this thing, it's called a muster point. It's written clearly, muster point. When there is emergency, people gather at the muster point. Hello!
Hi.
Megaphone.
All
of you have left your home to come here to look for your daily bread. And it will be so disheartening if you go home lame or dead. And let me add our Nigerian slang, God forbid. The realities, in terms of realities, God forbid, does not solve matters. We are not here by accident. We are here by design. And it is very obvious for every organization to take time to make out what is called safety plans in the organization of their business. And not just making a safety plan. You must look at how you can enforce these things, because it is the responsibility of the employer to train, to teach, and to provide for the employee to be safe in his area of work. We were called to come and observe a fire safety drill. And we are so disappointed that the response was 0%. I see people coming down from the lift. When there is an emergency, you don't even use the lift, because if there is fire emergency, the electrical system will be affected. Sometimes, if the system is bumped and they are using it, you could also be electrocuted if your shoes are not safe enough, or the handrail is not insulated enough. All these are risk factors. I stood and watched the staircase. Nobody used the staircase. Everybody. So these are, in fact, it's quite a risky and disheartening scenario. So all organizations, please take note. Make a safety plan and execute the safety plan in your organization for the safety of your workers and your customers.
What do you do when there is emergency? The emergency is not just fire. Emergency be any other thing. How do you respond when there is fire? And that is why we are here. We are here the one that when there is emergency, you are not supposed to believe. That is one of the major points. Is fire in a safety environment. One of the first things you do is to don't break things after this. Because the leaves will affect them, and people are affected, they affect them, you can just close up, and you will not have access to come out. And so we advise everybody to make use of the staircase. The staircase is the only way for you to come out. 2, we are saying that when there is emergency, every organization have to gather at the muster point. I was asked, many don't know what a muster point is. It is written very clearly, muster point. Muster point is a place where people gather during emergency. And what do they gather for? Every organization have to gather there and find out the person or anyone, whether anyone is missing. Or a head count. Yes, a head count, whether any of their staff is missing. And then you take what they call a head count. The head count is that you have to count how many of you we are in the office at that particular point. At that moment, when the incident happened, how many were available? Can't whether someone has been trapped inside the building. So if your organization have to count one by one, whether your staff are all complete. If they are complete, then you are safe. If they are not complete, find a way to rescue the person. My child is back there.
Hello.
How are you guys
Life is good. Wherever you are, even in your house, even no follow for the easiest means of exit. In organization, we call it a traffic flow. Now that you have, take your time in this complex building. Look at what point you are, whatever point you are. Check your nearest exit. The nearest exit means you can move out from this in case there is emergency. Every organization should have a fire safety plan for its workers and customers. Before we come and talk about how to fight fire, firefighting gives you a cost and the damage plus the damage. Look at other factors, because some of the facilities, other things that will be damaged will not work. So it will result into man-hour loss. If you calculate all this, you will know that it is not the best option. So let's opt for fire prevention. Let's opt for fire prevention. So please, organizations, do something. All these young men and women, they are children, they are fathers, they are mothers. We should think about their safety. Let them come and get what they want and go home and meet their families again. Not somebody that comes with 2 eyes will go back with 1 eye. Somebody that comes with a full-legged human being will go back with 1 leg. Or you will go and say, we are very sorry for the loss of this person. No, now, we will all die one day, but let it come natural, not accident. Not just accident, but where you go to look for your stomach. So please, I'm still calling on the organization to do something. You as individuals do make conscious efforts to do these things. Look at where your shop is or where your office is. Look at the way out. Look at the directional signs. All these things. It is very unfortunate that somebody working in an organization like this does not know what an alarm bell is. You have to know, my friends. These are extinguishers. Thank God your employers have procured these things. They are not fancy. They are there to assist in case there is an emergency. How do we operate these extinguishers? All these and if there is an emergency, what do you do? Sometimes the alarm can fail. If the alarm fails, it didn't work. Please, for goodness sake, shout with your voice. If there are glasses nearby, also shatter them to call the attention of people and shout. Don't say that department or that shop is different. Go the proximity, announce the message. If you know how to fight, fight the fire. If you don't know how to fight, exit the building. And you know how to fight the fire does not mean that if today I will not agree, I will fight to die. No. When you know you cannot contain the fire, you back out. You back out. And don't forget to call police. And when you are coming out of the building, it does not mean that it's only you that have life. You have to run and push everybody. Look at the doors now. All of you now, if you are coming to, I saw the emergency exit here. It's just about this size. And all of you want to go out at the same time. What will happen? You will stampede. So you must go orderly and speedily, so that nobody is trampling on anybody. Nobody is trampling on anybody. You will all orderly move one after the other speedily and go out. But if you are struggling, it will take a longer time for all of you to exit. Because A is dragging B on the shelf. The other one is holding, there is me that will pass first. But if you are orderly and speedily, you will go. This building should appoint those who will manage the security and evacuation of the building. You can't evacuate a building without an evacuator. And this evacuator must come from each of these organizations. They will form a team, and when there is an emergency, each of these evacuators will work in their shop. He will be the person that will give the command, evacuate, and you start moving, you start going. But this is because there is no command. That's why many people were lost. But if there were central command, people would have been told what to do, even though they had forgotten what they have been told before. So please, as you are coming to work, put that safety consciousness in your mind. Tell yourself that I need to work safe and go home safe. But I won't fail to tell you how these extinguishers could be used. That's what we can offer right now. This is CO2 extinguisher, CO2 extinguisher, CO2 extinguisher, and this is dry powder. This horn is what you will use to identify these CO2 extinguishers. Fire has three components. It has oxygen, it has heat, and it has fuel. Oxygen is that content that oxidizes the fuel that enables it to burn. Anywhere fire burns, oxygen goes to assist. And oxygen is in the atmosphere. You cannot just control it unless it is put in an oxygen expressor. And we have heat. Heat is what increases the temperature of the fuel. The temperature of the fuel. Once it started, the heat started going up. The composition of every material changes because there is already a chemical process taking place, however solid it is. There is already a chemical process taking place trying to produce the flammable vapor for it to work. That is it. Then you have fuel. You have different types of fuel. You have solid fuel. You have liquid fuel. You have gaseous fuel. And each of these fuels, they burn at different temperatures. They burn at different temperatures. And because they are different fuels, they give rise to different kinds of fire. And these different kinds of fire has different ways of managing them. Because the type of origin of the fire is what will determine the type of extinguisher you will use on it. But today, we are not for class, so I just want to tell you that these extinguishers, if there is fire, there are things, before the fire, there are things you need to do. These extinguishers, they are supposed to be hung on a bracket, where they will be very visible for everybody to see. Go to them. Read what is written on them. You will see when they are recharged and when they will be expired. You will see the content, the type of material that is inside. You will see the class of fire it should be used. When you read and master these things in your leisure time, when there is an emergency, will you be confused? No. You won't be confused because you have plans where each of these things are supposed to be. So if there is an emergency, you will just move straight to the right extinguisher. Either the one you need is CO2 or the one you need is dry bulb. You will just move straight and carry it out. You have best. So these extinguishers, if you are using the extinguisher, you must be sure that you have your exit way open. Not when you go in, you want to use the extinguisher, you stand in, and as you turn back, this one pushing you and you fall inside the fire. No. Your exit way to retrieve must be very good. Then you can use it. Now, how do we use these extinguishers? There is a simple technique of using this extinguisher, and that is a pass principle. P-A-S-S. Pass. A very simple technique. Pass means that this extinguisher, as you see it now, for this one, this is called a horn. For this one is the delivery tube, and this is the nozzle. You see these feathers, these things, they are called safety seals. This one is the carrying handle. This up is the depressing lever. The same thing. Okay. This is the carrying handle. This one is the depressing lever. This one is the safety seal. If you look in between here, you will see a valve. That valve is the lock to the inside of the cylinder. This safety pins now prevent this depressing lever from accidentally actuating the cylinder. So once you have removed the safety pin, you are ready to work with it. And what this shows, this seal shows that the extinguisher is still charged. If you see any cylinder without a seal, it means the extinguisher has been tampered. And any 10% pressure loss on these cylinders, they will not work well. You will be disappointed. That's why at the point of their pressurization, when they are charged, they are sealed to tell you that they are sealed. So how does the pass principle work? The pass principle, the first P means you have to pull this safety pin. The first P means that you have to pull this safety pin. And this safety pin, this safety seal and this safety pin are put together. The last one so sometimes you pull it will cut. Sometimes you can remove this one. So when you have removed the safety pin, it means you have opened the door. The gate will pull in. So now, A means that you have to aim at the base of what is burning, the fire. You don't just like that. Aim at the base of what is burning. That is A. The S means that you should squeeze. That is the carrying handle and the depressing handle. As you hold it, because you are not going to just keep it on the floor, you will lift it up. As you lift it up now, you carry it. You see how I hold it? You carry it. As you carry it now, you now depress with the thumb edge of your palm. You now depress it. As you depress it now, the content will be flowing out. and you aim at the base of the fire. So that first S is the squeeze. That first S means squeeze. As you squeeze, the content will be coming out. And the second S means that you should sweep. That is not just pouring it, that you should be sweeping to the burning surface gradually until you cover the burning surface. So that is so far we can tell you. It is a quite disappointing.
Do we have questions?
All of you, go and praise God.
Hello.
You don't get enough
Yeah.
information.
Sorry, everything you explain is quite understood, but in a situation where we have electric fire, for example now, like the oven is burning, maybe it's an electrical issue, which extinguisher should be used?
If it is an electrical issue, first and foremost, isolate power source. First and foremost, isolate power source. If it is in the kitchen, the oven, go for CO2. But if it is in the switchboard, even in the switchboard or all those electrical assembly area, this one still CO2 can still work, but dry powder will be more effective. But the thing is that after the use of this dry powder, you will go for servicing because the powder is contaminated. This one is gas. It will give you a clean, clear fight. But this one, if the heat is still being produced, you have to stand by because the possibility of reignition is there. So you have to stand by and watch, and as many times as the reignition occurs, you fight until you get a proper control.
Good morning. Thank you very much. I think all these things you're saying that you're please. I want to beg you can just help us. Let's do practical. Because after all you said, then when we get back to that, the same thing happens. Some of us will not be able to fight it. So let's do practical now.
Yes. So that we can we actuate these cylinders? Yes. Can we use them?
Yes.
Right. Fire blanket. Fire blanket. Yes. You use it. And what we got is to exclude oxygen.
Cover the fire.
Because I told you earlier that the fire is made up of three components. And once you have removed one component, fire
For small fire.
What of the food?
Somebody is bringing it.
Why they give me this?
we are told that the heated gases go up and the cooler ones come down. And the cooler ones are where oxygen is. So if you stand and walk, you can have heat burn. 1. 2, you will not have enough oxygen to sustain you. Oftentimes when we go out to rescue people, the people just die behind the door because they have struggled down here, they have exhausted the whole oxygen in that. They can't go to the door, no strength. So what you do, you find yourself inside. You crawl. You get yourself closer to the floor where there is oxygen. And the heated gas are up. That doesn't mean that when even there is intense heated gas, you want to go and pass inside. That one, you will die. It's not so. If you are trapped inside, you can't go. Remain where you are. Thank God for GSM. Take call. Move from one room to another. Before you open the next door, use back of your hand to feel the door. If it is hot, don't open it. It means there is fire behind it. If you open it, you are inviting it. But if it is cold, you can open and but always go crawl until you exit that smoke area. Did I answer you? Yes. At different temperatures. This fuel, now, if we put it ignite, it will not ignite because the fire will cannot give it the temperature at which it will be burning. So what we will do is, we will put fuel. That is PMS. We will pour PMS. PMS is I want to work, ready to work. As soon as it ignites, it will answer. It will now increase the temperature for this one to work. And this one now will help the fire to be sustained.
Firefighter.
Fire vendor. Fire vendor. Fire vendor.
Use the other one.
I don't feel fire. I don't feel no this.
For phone.
Indoors and outdoors. If it is indoors, be sure your exit means is clear. If it is outdoor, look at the direction of the wind. Don't go against the wind. Flow with the wind. Because if you go against the wind, the heat and the extinguishing media will fall on you. Sometimes you can even suffer heat burn. So the next person coming, put that in mind. You go, madam, use your body tester. Go, madam. Some of you are getting at least between 8 and 10. If you get too close to the fire, if it is a fire that involves liquid, the pressure from the extinguisher will make the fire spread. Is somebody getting me right? Yes. This one, because it is inside the rocket, it's confined, we are not experiencing. So, if you get too close to it, the pressure will make it splash, and the fire will be spread.
You can hear lecture. Stand far away. No! Too close. Thank you, Oga. I'm so.